Hey everyone, I'm Lamont Gilchrist, LGFitnessMessiah.com, www.lgfitnessmessiah.com, my webpage, Lamont Gilchrist on Instagram, Lamont Gilchrist, Natty on YouTube. So I had a consultation with a young athlete last night, and we were just talking about some things, how to get better in our respective sport. He plays football. So we talked about some drills as far as like running and doing particular things, and then we were talking about 40 times and why we run 40s and how to improve your 40 time and speed and evaluation and getting on the field. Don't get it misconstrued. 40 times does not necessarily mean you can play. Like I told him, like I tell people, speed is like being a 7-footer in basketball. It just gives you a better opportunity because you can't coach someone to be 7 foot, but if you're 7 foot and clumsy or can't catch the ball, if you're a speedster and you can't catch the ball as a receiver or cover anyone or hit the holes or whatever, yeah, you'll get an opportunity, but you won't succeed. But how to cheat a 40? I want to show you a couple principles as far as in the pro agility and to run 40 for you young people out there, and you actually can show your kids if you got young athletes getting ready to train. Getting ready to for spring ball, getting ready to run 40s. Now, 40 yard dash was basically implemented into the NFL and into testing because of hang time of punts. They wanted someone to be able to cover a punt and get down there 40 yards because that was about the average distance of a punt in X amount of seconds to travel. So it doesn't necessarily correlate to football speed or playing football or being a great athlete or anything else like that, but it's just another tool that they use to judge how fast you can cover 40 yards, and it just translated into being part of the combine testing. So how to improve your 40 real quick. There's a lot of principles, and I see some 40 people out there at different testing facilities talking about preloading, loading the jump, loading as you're coming down for your heels up for your drive and all these other different techniques. Now that's all sweet and dandy and that's fine. But running a 40 is like having a golf swing. Every golf swing is unique until you get to the point of impact, until you get into the point of where you're actually firing off and you're going to full cylinder. And that is not pretty much in the start. That's pretty much in the acceleration, what type of runner you are, and everything else like that. So that's not necessarily true. Now you could take some of those principles and apply them to running a 40. But if I have a short legs and a long torso, I can't load the same way someone with long legs and a short torso because of the angles that I'm projecting or the angles that I'm dealing with. If I'm a 2-foot jumper, I'm not going to load the same way that if I am a 1-foot jumper, or if I'm a one-leg dominant leg jumper, as if I'm going to touch the basketball rim. So you have to know what kind of jumper you are. If you're an explosion person, or if you are a takeoff person, where you accelerate and then you take off before you go. So all those principles and all those things come into play. So if you do a better idea, you know who you are, the better you can do to prepare and improve on your 40 time. So if you're listening to these strength and conditioning coaches around the country and stuff like that, they got it halfway right, but some of it's not actually all the way right. And then, I mean, I studied it, but fast people know what it is that they do, and I study fast people. I ran 4.2, so I'm speaking from experience, not from something that I'm projecting that I've never done. So I'm going to show you a quick way how to cheat a 40 though for you young people. Most of you get into your trike stance, you get lined up, your feet are back, and this is the line that I'm going, and we're in this stance. At this particular distance, you're running 41, 42 yards. So you're not actually running a 40. So I'm going to teach you how to get into your stance real quick. Walk all the way up to the line. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but you want to run the least amount of distance to get the best time. Put your hand down and put your back knee down so that it's about the middle of your feet. And that's going to be your distance that you want for your drive leg. And that's going to be the distance that you want again for your trail leg. Now it depends on if you're a 2-foot jumper or an explosion person. Since I'm an explosion person, I actually, when I go up, I creep my foot up. A dry person want to create a better angle as far as you going in. So that's a quick way how to cheat and knock off hundredths of a second on your 40 time by crowding a line, leaning over, understanding if you're a dry person or if you're a 2-foot jumper. I also have other tips and things how to run faster pro agilities. I had one of the fastest one in the country. I actually had the fastest one in the country back in my day with 3.76, 3.86 on a testing day at my university. All my records are still current. So those are little tricks and little things that you're going to. The same thing like with a pro agility. I'm going to give you a little trick on the pro agility. Most people want to chop and decelerate when they're going to turn on a pro agility and they go past the line. What you really want to do, if you're a jumper, regardless of whatever, if you ever see anybody about to jump, you plant so that you can shift your weight as you're going down and explode the opposite way. That's the same principle as when you're about to jump or jump and touch the basketball. You have to descend and go down to get lower to generate the power to get your quads to fire off, to get the ligaments, bones, tendons, and everything active before you accelerate using the speed to go up. If you're chopping, you're decelerating on the downward portion or the slowing down portion when you're coming to the line. On your pro agility, you're going to have a slow pro agility. If you jump into it as if you're loading yourself to jump outward from a 1-foot jumping standpoint, either from a 2-foot jumping standpoint, that comes into play again as far as how close your feet are going to be together when you make that turn or how far they're going to be apart. If you jump into it, it'll make it a lot easier for you to shift the speed that you generated coming across the line to generate it to go back and change your direction a lot faster. Same thing in the cone drills and stuff like that. So running these drills and doing these drills is technique and understanding your body and your biomechanics and who you are as an athlete, and testing what it does propel you higher in the NFL draft, make you a higher draft pick, and do get you looked at. But at the end of the day, you still have to be able to play your sport and to do your job on the field. So I hope some of these tips help. I do got some more videos with me working with some now collegiate athletes, but at the time they were high school athletes that became all-state and great players, respectively at their schools and did some great things. Go back and check them out on YouTube, and I will be posting some new videos of some clients down in Texas because they got some great athletes. Some here in Nebraska. High school athletes that hopefully will get them all squared away. They get them college scholarships because they got their academics in line and propel them into their athletic careers past high school. My name is Lamont Gilchrist. Thanks.